Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Jay's ASMR. Well, tonight I thought we'd simply go right into part 2 of the last video where I was doing some beautiful free pattern flip-throughs. Just sharing with you some of the many free pattern designs that I have in my knitting collection. And as you see, I have a new setup, and I want to go over that too. We're just going to have fun, so I want you to relax, sit back, and just enjoy yourself. I'm working on a new project, a new tutorial, so this will give me a little extra time to finish that up-and-coming tutorial just as quick as I can. Now, before I get started, I want to give a little shout-out to a new subscriber that I have on my ASMR videos. And it's just an amazing ASMR content creator of her own. One of the, what you'd call one of the OGs of ASMR. Her name is Rebecca, and her beautiful channel, the name is Rebecca's Beautiful ASMR Addiction. So a nice hand clap. She saw one of my videos and sent me the most wonderful, encouraging email just to say hello and just a few tips too. Now, what could be better than that? What could be better than that? So I wanted to give her a shout out on this and let her know that I received her email. And look, voila! I'm trying again. And I'm enjoying this. And it's a nice little break and gives my eyes a chance to have a little break. Gives my arms, my hands, and my shoulders. And of course, I have to give a shout out to my friend Helene over at Cabin Fever Crochet. But I will link her ASMR video collection too. You can find it all in my comments section. Now, nothing that. And that being said, let's get started. Well, my friends, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready to see some more fabulous, free knitting designs that I have collected over the years from just anywhere that I was buying yarn or just looking? And if it was something that I liked, well, sometimes I'd get it if I didn't like it because it was free. So, now before we get started, I just want to just pick up and point out a few things that will come up in later videos. This is what I'm doing. The theme of all my ASMR videos is too much stuff. I've just collected too much stuff. I mean, now this is going to be all related to knitting or crocheting, but it's still just too much stuff. So for instance, later on I will have a video on buttons. I have so many containers of buttons. A lot of them just are inexpensive plastic buttons, but since I use them on my knitting, I don't want anything really heavy or heavy metal or really high-end expensive buttons, because it will just ruin your knitted garments. Have to be so careful. So I just find something like this where you get, you know, you could get them at the Goodwill, thrift stores, the big box stores. And they have beautiful ones every once in a while when you need that special one at the yarn shops. They have, like I said, but some of them are a little heavy, so you do have to be careful. So that's going to be something. I'm just having that in my display just to give you a little tease of something that I will be sharing with you in future ASMR videos. And of course, you always have a lot of, just like I say, supplies. Just so many. I don't know. I got addicted to these little stitch markers. I never use them. I just like to order them from Amazon. Every time I order something, and you know, when you order and you need a few extra things to get to a certain amount, oh, I just always get 2 or 3 packs of these little things. Those little so you can never have enough stitch markers that you don't need or don't use. What do you think about that? Just really cute, but convenient. Oh, let's see. I'll come back to some others, but oh, I got to show you this before we get started. Now, I know where I got this. I don't know exactly when. I'm sure it was before the, way before the pandemic, you know, in the middle 2000s. But I was at Joann's one day, and they had a 60%. It was one of those times when they have 60 and 70% off. And I knew I didn't need any beads, but they had this little rack of these beautiful little doll pendants. See, she's a little pendant. There's the top of the little pendant right there. Can you see it? You can hang. So I looked on the back, and they're using it as a purse pendant or charm. Can you see now? I don't know how good you can see that picture. But can you? It was, it said collect them all, and there were all different kinds. So I have some others. I bought several that day. But I just happened to, when I was setting up, I thought, let me put my little dancing doll. She has on little shoes. She has nice long legs. Look, she even has a purse. Look, the dancing doll has a purse. Look. And she has a pretty dress with a flower. And look at her. Look. I just added the dance. It don't say that on the... There's a name, whatever it is. La Berry or something. I don't know. Like I said, I got it at Joann's, and at the time, she was at least 60% off. Now, how much I paid for, I can't remember, but apparently it wasn't much because I bought several, because they were all different, dressed in different little costumes. Isn't that cute? I just thought that was so cute, and I wanted to share it with you. Like I said, this is just a little teaser to let you know some of the things that I have that will be coming up. But it all pertains to knitting or crocheting, and I'll just be sharing all of my stuff. What do you think about that? Of course, we have, my friend Bird is back. We have yarn. We have some beautiful knitting needles. I've got more knitting needles. I've done some, but these are different. These are like acrylic gel-like needles. Look, 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 look. Look at that, look at that. Oh, look at that. Knit, 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 knit. Purl back. Knit, 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 knit. Purl back. Aren't they pretty? Just something fun. These are really old. I'm talking about early 2000s. Oh, I remember buying these. I bought several packs. In case, you know, like I said, once they're gone, they probably wouldn't, you know, maybe get them back. So I wanted to make sure I had some. All right, so now, the best part, the fun part. let's get into our patterns. Let me remind you, this is my free leaflet knit design basket of all the little free patterns that I've collected over the years. And what I did, now this time I did go ahead and just kind of go through quickly. I got a handful and went through quickly to separate the crochet ones from the knitted ones, because I thought, well, I think I'd like to do a crochet, get another basket just for the crochet, for those that just maybe like crochet. And that way it wouldn't, I could move faster. Like I said, because this is still just some of them. I have so much stuff. So we will have, if this continues, then I'd maybe do a crochet one all by itself. What do you think of that? But here's my little basket that I got from the Dollar Tree, remember? When it was still the Dollar Tree. And I bought this. I think I bought a dozen, but I only bought them in the same color. I don't know why I didn't buy different colors. I remember they had lots of colors. So I thought it'd be a fun way. So I turned all the little free flyers and leaflets, I turned them backwards so that we can see the design together and get our big surprise. Get our big surprise. All right, let's get started. Well, let's get started. And the first free design that I want to show you was a surprise even for me, because it is a garter stripe scarf and it's for him. And I thought, what a nice thing we could do. I haven't done something like this for my husband or a son or anyone else in quite a few years. So this was a nice surprise. I'm going to bring it real close so that you can see it. Of course, it's free, and this was from Joann's. Look at it. Now let's turn over so that we can get a little information, and then we'll come back and look at it again to make sure that it is, I'm sure there's going to be something that would make a nice gift. Okay, so now look, tonight I have my magnifying glass. Nothing's going to escape me tonight, okay? It says, note, this scarf is knitted sideways using larger needles than usual. Recommended for this yarn. Work in rows, not rounds. And the thing of it is, you're going to work it, you're going to do the length. You're going to work it horizontal. It says cast on 300 stitches. 300 stitches. Oh my gosh. But I like doing a lot of my scarves like that, because if you do them lengthwise, you don't have to do it but a few inches. Where if you're doing it vertical, you've got to go 50, 60, 70, 80 inches to get it long enough to go around your neck. So this is great. When I saw this, it was so much fun. This is only about 7 inches wide. See? Because we're doing it horizontal, so you just knit for probably, well, I don't know how many rows, but it wouldn't take much to get to 7 inches. And that's it. And you're going to have such a nice long scarf to wrap around. So this is our first, and it uses US size 7 needles, 4.5 millimeter circular needles, 29 to 36 inches in length, so that you can just simply make a nice, but you're not knitting in a round, it's knitting back and forth. But 300 stitches. Let's take another look, and you tell me what you think, and what colors would you use? Oh, This looks like black and maybe a soft tweed or beige. Oh, definitely a keeper. So, we're starting off tonight good. That's going to go into our keeper stash. That is going to be a keeper. And we can go ahead and say, let's go ahead and get started for the fall. See, that's what I want to work on this during the summer this year. To go ahead and get some small things so that we'll be ahead of fall, autumn, and then eventually the holiday seasons. What you think of that? Real quick, I found these. Look at those. Aren't those pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? They're so pretty. We'll have to find something to use them. Are you ready for the next one? Okay. Well, I can tell that it's not a match to that, so that's a good start. And I'm going to pull these over to make sure that we keep our little stash right there. Okay. This is, well, they call it punchini or something. I guess it's like a poncho. And let's take a look let me read some of the information before we actually take a look. Let's see, what kind of needle size? US 10.5 and a size 11, at least 24 inches long. So that's the needle they're calling for once we see what it is. Wow. Let's see, special terms. Knit into the front and into the back, which is very easy in knitting. Stitches used, stockinette stitch. This is worked in the round from the neck down, and then then we can add, or they added fringe to the lower edge. Okay, so we know it's a poncho, but I don't know what it looks like. Using smaller needles, you're going to cast on anywhere from 100 to 120 stitches. Join, and be careful not to twist, of course. Join in the round. Oh my word. Let's see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. No? So, oh, they give a little diagram too. Let me turn it up. Here's a little diagram so that you can get an idea. Looks more like a capelet. I don't know, I guess it is a poncho. Are you ready? Are you ready? You want to see it? All right, let's turn and, whoa, wow, wow, wow. Look at that. Oh, look at that. That is pretty. Can you see it? Oh my word, this is some, yeah, I couldn't tell from the instructions that the yarn was so thin. Apparently this is some Karen yarn, because there's the name of the yarn right there. Of course, this is a free leaflet. And let's see, did it say what store I got this from? Let me look real quick. No, I don't know where just says Karen yarn, but it didn't actually give the store name. But it says, take one. Now let's look at it real quick. You can see, just by the design, look, off the shoulders, off the shoulders, and look at the sequins, look at the shine. It may not, I don't know if it's showing up on the camera, but there's shine or glitter or something in this yarn. Oh, see, you can, if you look, you can kind of see through. Isn't that pretty? Oh, very stylish. Okay, and then look at the long, long fringe. It's the fringe that just gives it that pop. Pop, 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 pop. I love it. Now, my only thing is, I don't work well with small yarn, only because, you know, it's just so hard and it just takes so long for a body my size. But I would probably try it, but maybe I may have to take it up a yarn size and maybe even a needle size. But you tell me what you think. If it's cool, cool or something, it's from Karen. They're advertising the Karen yarn. So let's put that over there in the keeper. Oh, I can tell by the little drawing on the back. Oh my gosh, Jay. You know I can't follow the rules. Oh my God, look, ready, look, keeper. So we'll just put that right over there. And then here's something. Oh my word. Now this one, I don't see the store, but the yarn is Line Brand. Line Brand, here's another knit fringe poncho. A knit fringe poncho. And it's one of the styles where you knit it like in a big rectangle or square. Okay, so you're going to need at least four balls of this particular yarn. I'll see what it is in just a minute. Oh, trellis. 4 balls of this yarn. Color of your choice. You will need size 15, 10 millimeter knitting needles. Let's see what else. Maybe a crochet hook when you get ready to make the fringe. Note, this creates a stretchy fabric, so be sure to measure on a slippery, flat surface. Now that's strange. Why would they be sure to measure on a slippery, flat surface? That doesn't compute to me. But for this particular poncho, you cast on 42 stitches and work in garter stitch until the piece measures 48 inches. Oh, I got to see what this is. Then, of course, you can tell by the diagram, you fold it in half, and then you leave a place for your neck and just sew up your shoulders. I have to see. Do you want to see? I've got to see what this looks like. Oh my gosh. This looks something like that. This is why it's so hard to, that patterns don't cross each other. Now look, these are 2 different companies, 2 different designs, well, 2 different, supposed to be patterns, and this one looks just like that one. Look at it. The yarn has sparkly in it. It looks like it's just like that, kind of off the shoulder. And look at the long fringe. Look. Oh, so I'm telling you, there's nothing new under the sun. It's all just how you see it and what you like. So this is from Line Brand yarn. Like I said, I don't know how old this pattern is, so you may not even can get this yarn anymore. But you have a nice pattern to try a new yarn. Oh, look. I can tell by the drawing. Free instructions. Free. Okay, let's try it again. All right. Oh, wow. Now, everybody should have this pattern. Let me know if you have this. Remember when this came out? Everyone was making this little capelet. It's from Patton. It says free pattern. Elegant capelet to knit. Elegant capelet to knit. And as you can see, let's see if it starts from the top. If it's top down. Let's go back here, because I turned it before I really looked. Well, it certainly is size inclusive. They have extra small to small, medium to extra large, 2X to 3X, 4X to 5X. Isn't that great? I think. But everyone was doing this. I remember when this pattern first came out, everyone made this. Oh, let's see if I see some interesting information. Oh, it says to nip. Now what? Let me get my trusty, see if I can get a needle size. Size 6.5 millimeter. Oh, is this small yarn again? I just have so much trouble with knitting that small. I'd have to maybe change, I'd have to try just a little larger yarn for me so that it wouldn't take so long. They give a lot of instructions. Whew. But there's only, of course, look like there's only 2 rows. That's amazing. That's amazing. Let's look again. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I like the yarn choice. Oh, it looks so delicate. So pretty. So many beautiful yarns. You could use that. Of course, it's sheer, so you'd have to wear something under it. But that's the beauty of it. So, what do you say? A keeper? A keeper. We're doing great tonight. Keepers. Okay, J. J, free. Here's another one that was, when this pattern came out, I mean, everyone was knitting or crocheting this. Well, now this one is crochet. So we'll go ahead and look at it, but it should have gone in the crochet pile. But do you remember that? Remember the elegant shawl to crochet? This was great by Pat. I think everyone. I even had some of this yarn, I believe. Let's go over and just kind of take a look. Yep. So you see how small the writing is when they put it, when you have these free patterns. So you really have to take your time, or go to the copy store and have them enlarged, so that you can really follow it row by row. At least that's what I would do. I'm going to lay this over here since it is a crochet one, and then that way I know not to make sure it doesn't get in again. Alright, let's move on to the Allure shawl. I remember when this came out. These are a lot of good old basic patterns, people. These are good patterns for beginners. Even if you can't get the same yarn, you can surely find something to substitute. Free pattern. Oh, this is nice. This is nice. It says all you need is a US 10.5 circular knitting needle. Okay. And it's not knitted in the round or anything. You just cast on. Now, it's not size inclusive. They just give one size. Cast on 139 stitches. Okay, and then you work 3 rows in garter stitch. That's where you knit every row. And then you simply the wrong side. And then the next row you knit. So, there's not many rows to worry about. It's just knitting back and forth. I think it would be great TV watching or movie watching. But this is by Peyton's Yarn, and it is the Allure shawl. Remember that? Oh, I do. I can tell by the back. I was greedy again. Hey, I had a lot of knitting friends. I had to make sure to get them one too. Oh my gosh, let's see what we're hitting tonight. Okay, now this one says the poncho. Okay, poncho directions are for size small to medium. Change for large and extra large in parentheses. So it's a little more size inclusive. Okay, you're going to need some circular knitting needles. Oh, so this may be in the round. You need a US 13 size needle, and let's see, any other special something. Not really. It seems to be very straightforward, and oh, let's see, not many rows, not too many rows, maybe about 7 or 8, maybe 10 or so. But it seems to be very simple, and it's in the round. So let me turn real quick, and let's take a look. Are you ready? Let's take a look at the poncho. Poncho, poncho, poncho. Oh, how cute. Oh, I would have never guessed that from the instructions or from the little information they had. Look at that. All right. This is from Red Heart Yarn. This is a real old pattern. Knitted accessory, the poncho. And this is like, this will be, like I said, a person that's new in knitting. Not ready to commit to some more expensive yarn, or, you know, just want to give it a try. Just learning the basic. This would be perfect for that person. Look at that. Of course, any seasoned knitter could simply take the pattern and find the yarn that they prefer. But it's so simple looking. Look at that. What do you think about that? Tell me if you have this pattern. I know you've seen it. I know you've seen it. And it has a beautiful, look around the neck. Look at that, around the neck. Has a little drawstring so you can tighten it up. You can loosen, and it could kind of hang off the shoulder maybe a little bit. Or you can pull the drawstrings with the pom-pom. Drawstrings, and you add the pom-poms. That's a nice garter stitch border at the bottom. See how wide? See the ridges? How wide it is. So that means it's going to kind of stay in place. It's going to, you know, not roll up. Beautiful. Okay, let's see how we're doing. How we're doing, birds? How we're doing tonight. I just want to take my time tonight and not go so fast, but just take my time and enjoy. Like I said, I have so many. So this is the part 2 from the first one. And we're just now hadn't even scratched the surface. But on this one, let's read and see if we can guess. When working lace patterns, count your stitches at the end of each row. Aha, a clue. There's going to be lace. This free pattern came from Michaels. And by this little information, there's going to be lace. Let's see. Something that will have, US, oh my gosh, knitting needles, US number 9. You know, that's my favorite needle. For just about everything I knit. So a number 9. We'll just have to see. It's like they're suggesting a cotton. So a Lines brand cotton yarn. So let me see if there's anything else that's not too hard, an abbreviation, where you're going to slip 1 stitch, knit 2 stitches together, reach back and pass the slip stitch over. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. Are you ready? Are you ready to see it? Let's see what we have. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Nature's Choice knit shawl. All right. Look at that. Beautiful. Just really pretty. And Nature's Choice. Like I said, these freebies are so old. A lot of this yarn you can't get anymore. But you can easily find something new. And especially with Lime Brand. They have good yarn. I would probably get Heartland yarn from Lime Brand. One of my favorite. Just for a nice little simple, nice knit. Not trying to be impressive. Just want to make something really pretty. That yarn is really nice. So I would probably choose one of the Heartland colors. What about you? Look at that. Look at that beautiful design. So pretty. Let's look one more time. See if there's anything. This stitch is a multiple of 17 stitches. So this design, multiple of 17, however many times you want it to go across. Say if you want to do 3 times 17, and then there was no plus, I don't think. No, just 17 stitches. But of course, I think I would add a border, you know, on each side. Maybe 3 or 4 stitches to keep it from rolling and to make a nice edge. What do you think? I love that. I think this is a keeper. We can do this. We can do this. Okay, let me take and reset, and let's see what we have coming up. Now, don't go away. Get yourself some tea, and let's go. Look, we hadn't even hit it. We hadn't even got anywhere. So, I'll give you a minute to get some tea, and then I'll get something and be right back. All right, so I'm back, and out of curiosity, I decided to go back to my own yarn stash. Since I have a lot of this, some Lion brand yarn. I have all brands, all price points, and I need to try to use some of this yarn up. So this is what I found. So let me just bring it to you and share with you. The last pattern we looked at is this one, and I just wanted to go back and look. I have Heartland by Lions brand. There's 251 yards. It's a number 4 weight, which I generally work anywhere from 3 to a 4. It seems to work out good for me, and it's, you know, nice and soft. It's just right, especially if you're new to knitting and yet you're not ready to take a big plunge yet. This yarn it knits up beautiful, and it's easy wear, easy care. Like I said, 251 yards. I always buy it, just me, because I knit a lot of sweaters and a lot of large projects. I always buy at least 4 skeins. If it's something that I think I'm on, if I think I need extra, then I will, but at least 4 before I start something. But this wouldn't, I don't know, maybe 3, we could always see, depending on, how tall you are and, of course, your size. But let's look at this real quick, since I already have a yarn shop in my house. Again, this is Heartland. The name of this color, it's called Wolf. It's not gray. It may come across as gray, but it has a little, I don't really know what color it has. It's not beige and it's not gray, but there's kind of a pinkish cast to it. And it's soft, and it looks, I think it would look pretty in this pattern. I could see the lace stitch. I think it would really pop. I think it would really pop in this color. And like I said, this could be a color, depending on where you live, that you could go ahead and work it up now. Or work it up or save it to the fall. We call it fall, or you may call it autumn. Okay, let me show you another color. I was just curious because I have so much. Here's, again, Lion brand, and this color, well, I don't even, I don't think that's the color. I don't know what it's like, a number, but you can see it has a pink tone to it, and with the little mixture, it's soft, very soft. I think, look, with this particular stitch, that particular pattern, can you see knitting this simple wrap or shawl with this color? Oh, I could see that. Look at that. Oh, my word. I'm about to talk myself into it. But oh, wait, there's one more. I couldn't resist. I had to bring this color. Pop. at this color. Oh my word, is that pretty? Would that not be everything to knit in this color? Now they give a big name on here. I can see it. It says Gateway Arch. A strange name. I don't know why would that remind you of a gateway? I don't know. But I'm gonna just think it reminds me of autumn. It reminds me of warmth. It reminds me of the holiday season. It reminds me of pumpkin pie. Pumpkin and cinnamon and all those cloves and all of those good spices that we used in the autumn season. That would be just perfect. I just thought I'd take a few minutes and just share what I already have. And I have enough of each color so I can decide or pick. So, why don't you take a moment and check your stash? You may have something even better than this. Something that you've been waiting for the right pattern or design, and this could be it. This is so pretty. Easy stitch, nice easy yarn, easy wear, easy care. All right, let me lay this aside and let us continue. This was already in the keeper stash, so I want to go on and continue. Hope this is not the same. I don't want to look. Nope. Okay, so here's something else. This one happens to come from Michael's also. Let's see if I can find any clues to make me think or let me know what it is. Well, first of all, it's going to be worked with large needles, a size 10, US size 10 needles. So that's a nice weight yarn. It's not going to be too thin or too small to work with. It says right here, the guarded edges are worked at each end as you knit. So the shawl, okay, it's a shawl, is ready to wear right off the needles. Oh, so it's a garter stitch shawl. It says cast on 71 stitches. There's 12 rows. And the hardest stitch, or let me see if there's anything that's really hard that maybe would stop you from knitting it. No, I'm looking in the abbreviation. Very easy. Knit two together, pass a slip stitch over, slip a stitch, yarn overs. Very easy. Are you ready? Let's take a look. Oh my word, look at that. Look, this is called Friendship Shawl. Friendship Shawl. Oh, now this is some of Michael's in-store yarn, but like I say, you use whatever. You use the quality that you like. Maybe you have some great yarn from the yarn shop that you've been waiting and dying to use. This seems like it would be perfect. Look, I'm going to bring it close. Look at that. They've done it in a kind of a dark wine color. Burgundy. Is that burgundy? Yeah, kind of burgundy wine. But of course you can use your own judgment and your own style or what season you're in. But look at that. Oh my word. Let's see how many stitches. See if they give anything about the design, because I can see it's a lace stitch. And they do not give you very much information about it. They give you the pattern. It's about 65 inches long. You're gonna be knitting to this piece, measures about 65 inches from start to finish. So that's a good size piece. And of course that depends on your size or how tall you are. Oh, here it is up here. It's approximately 20 inches wide by 65 inches long. So it's just a beautiful long vertical strip. Just knitting, starting here at the bottom and just knitting up, knitting the pattern. And you can go longer if you're taller. So that's easy to do. So let's call this, I'm definitely call this a keeper. Now I can tell by the next one that it's the same one. Yes, I have several. You can pick one for you, and I have one for me. And some extra friends, too. All right. Well, let's see what we have here. This seems like a little bit, oh my gosh, this is so, I picked out so many. Oh, is this, no, it's knit. I thought it was crochet at first, but look at this. It says knit prayer shawl. I'm telling you, when prayer shawls came in, those things, everyone had to. Church groups, civic groups, any kind of group, nurses, teachers. If you could knit, everyone was knitting a prayer shawl. And this is probably one of the first ones that I remember seeing. This came from Michael's. And let me turn it over and see if I can get some information. Size 32 inches wide by 62 inches. Maybe it's 32 inches high by 62 inches wide, because it is a V shape. I'm not really, my body doesn't work well with V shapes where it comes to a point, because I'm so short. I don't have much torso, so, but I could still change it a little and make it a crescent or just a long. I could make it just a long, use the pattern, and it could just be long, just like this one, where I just knit just vertical, and it still could work. That's the beauty of, learning how to use patterns as you get them, but also how to change them to make them work for you. And that's what I would do. So looking at this, it says cast on 5 stitches, so I know they're starting at the bottom point and they're going to work up. And you just work until, I guess you can just work until it fits you, or until you like the fit on your body. So that's a keeper. I have all these. I'm sure I gave some to my friends. But that's a keeper, and I think that's really pretty. We could do a prayer shawl, but maybe not in the V shape. I will change the shape of it. Oh, and here's one. Now we got the picture on the back, so let's go ahead and look. This is Premier Yarns, and oh my gosh, let's see what we have that would give us a clue. She has, it looks more like a wrap type. It's just going around. Oh, U.S. size 10.5 needles. U.S. size 10.5 needles. So we have a nice big stitch. Nice stitch that will pop, and that I can see it right here, even in the picture. I'm going to turn it in just a minute. I'm still looking. I was trying to look and talk at the same time. Oh, and there's only 2 rows. Oh my gosh. So this is one where you simply do a simple repeat and just repeat it for the 2 rows. Well, you have the wrong side row, but you have 2 rows. The shawl cast on 202 stitches. Okay, so that means this one must be one that is worked horizontal again. You're getting the length, the whole length of the shawl. So they have a little diagram here. You can see it's like a big rectangle. So 202 stitches, work pattern until the shawl measures 16 inches. So 16 inches wide. You just keep working back and forth these 2 rows until it had, 16 inches. Now, they're just giving you an idea. If you are taller, you would go more. Or if you are short, like me, you could stop wherever it fits on your body best. So, work pattern until the shawl measures 16 inches or 68 rows from the beginning. Bind off all stitches loosely, which is what we try to do. There's no heart stitches in here, very beginner stitches. So let's take a look at the picture on the right. Oh, wow. Easy shawl. Easy shawl. Mega Bush. I don't know if that's the yarn. That might be the yarn. But like I said, this is an old pattern, so I'm sure you'd have to substitute a yarn that you like. So this is another stash buster. Go back in your stash and check it out. I think that's nothing wrong with putting your own touch on your design. Let's go and let's see what I have. Oh, I got another whole set. Oh, I don't want to look yet. Let me look right here. This says Lions brand again. This is homespun comfort shawl. Like I said, these are old patterns. These are when these yarns first came out, and everyone was just excited about them. Of course, you don't see much of it now. A lot of designs have moved on, and a lot of people, as you grow into knitting, you've moved on to other designs. But it's always good to have something easy and simple when you need it. Nothing wrong with that. This is a beginner level shawl. It's by Lions brand, and it says cast on 60 stitches, working garter stitch for 60 inches. So this sounds like a nice long rectangle also. So it's not too much to see in here. Size is 20 inches by 60 inches. Let's turn over and go ahead and give it a look. Oh, everyone was knitting this shawl. The comfort shawl. In fact, it looks more like the press shawl that I remember when it first hit the market. This is what the press shawl that I remember looked like, but they're calling this the comfort shawl. Knit this beginner shawl with 4 skeins. Homespun yarn. So you just knit. So if you're teaching someone or you have a friend that wants to learn, this is the pattern for her or him. But this is a great beginner that will just pop. It will just make the person feel like they will feel so accomplished when they're done to wear this out. And if, like I say, if you're in the summer, don't be coming into the summer like we are, then of course, you could change the yarn and not use homespun. Just use a cotton or some other nice blend that can breathe a little bit for the summer. The person will still get the same gratification and love it. So, give this a try. The homespun comfort shawl. Sometimes you can go back on their website and pull up old patterns like this. But I believe a lot of you, if you look in yours, you probably have it already. All right, we'll just do a few more, and then we did hit the surf. Kind of hit some of them tonight. Let's go on. This one again is from Michaels. Let's see if we can get a clue to what it is. The supplies, they're using Karen Simply Soft, which is one of my yarns for when I'm doing my prototypes. I don't try to put my good yarn into whatever prototype because I'm going to be pulling it out, knitting it, and re-knitting it. And so I just try to use something as close to the in yarn that I will use, the yarn that I'll use for the project. But this says you're going to need some circular needles, size US 11, and at least 16 inches long. 16 inches long. So this sounds like it might be maybe a little neck warmer or a cowl. Yes, the measurements are 11 inches wide by 25 inches round. So I guess we are looking at a cowl, and there are 8 rows. It says these 8 rounds form the diagonal rib pattern on our US number 11. You ready to see? Want to see? Let's just go ahead and look. Oh, how pretty and simple. Isn't that nice and clean and pretty? Oh, knit it tonight, cowl. Knit it tonight, cowl. That is something that you could knit in one night. I really do. Need a quick gift, quick birthday gift, or send a gift off to someone away at school. Oh, this would be perfect. You could even try it in their school colors. If, like, she's got blue, but maybe blue is not their colors. Maybe one of their colors, school colors, is gold. You know, kind of a gold color. That would work. Burgundy, anything. So, it's up to you. But this Caring Simply Soft has a sheen to it. Makes it look really pretty. And has that little sheen that looks so nice. That's a keeper. And easy to do. Like I say, there's 8 rows. It may be something that you can just go in on the website. Go ahead and look up some of these on their website, or Caring Simply Soft yarn, and they may still have something like this. Or you know what? You know, I work from stitch books on my regular tutorials. I would just find a stitch and no problem. And you could do that too. Let's see what else we have. Oh my gosh, here's one from Joann's, and I think the next 2 are the same, so I'm going to go ahead and take it. I don't know what it is yet, but let's get a clue. US size 9 knitting needles. You know, it's my favorite needle, so I'm already liking it. It says, finish measurements, width at the center, including fringe. Oh my gosh, fringe, 13 inches. The length is 52. Oh, okay, down here, it says pattern note. This scarf begins at one end, widens towards the center, then tapers to the other end. The last 5 stitches of each row will be unraveled when the knitting is complete to make fringe. Oh, I'm curious now. Oh, it says cast on 7 stitches. And there are, how many rows do we have? We have 10 rows or so. So it says at skill level intermediate. Oh, I'm sure. I'm looking at the abbreviations. Nothing over here seems to be way out. Let's turn and see. Are you ready? Are you ready? Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. I wish I could see it laying out. It looks pretty on her, but I wish I could see it, you know, if it wasn't around her neck. But isn't that pretty? The loopy fringe scarf. The loopy fringe scarf. I'm sure you could probably pull this up and see if it's still available. And if you like something like this, then use your stash. It's a stash buster. It's a stash buster. Alright, I think we'll do at least one more. Let's see, this is like one of those little booklets. This one's from Joann's. Let's see if we can get a clue. Well, it's Premier Yarns. Okay. Alright, let's see. Something that's going to give me a clue. It's size inclusive. It comes in small, medium, large, extra large, or 2X also. It's a stripe pattern. Oh, okay, so we're gonna, looks like we're gonna be changing colors. There's a yoke. Ooh, I'm getting curious now. There's a yoke. Let's see what needles we have, if they tell you that. Yes, US size 8, 5 millimeter, 16, at least 16 inches, and a number 24-inch circular needle. Oh, wait a minute. And a set of 5 double-pointed needles. Oh my gosh, I'm really curious now. I cannot, I'm trying to think in my mind. Okay, are you ready? Let's see it, and then we can come back and check it out again. Check the information. All right, let's turn. A sweater! Oh, I had no clue. I wasn't even thinking of a sweater. I was totally off the map. Stripe raglan pullover. Oh my goodness. This is, like I said, this is from Joann's, and it is considered intermediate, so I understand now. And this, let's see, if it's top down, you can't, because yes, this is going to be worked top down at the neckline. Here's the yoke here. I think I'm going to put this aside and read through this and see if I have anything close to it that I have already worked in my own designs to see. It might be something that we... Now, the only thing is I would get yarn where the stripes, so I don't have to change all the stripes. That's a lot of weaving in and a lot of trying to get the colors to match up. I think I'd just go for a plain, whatever the yarn wanted to do, stripe yarn. What do you say? I know a lot of you have that in your stash. So this, I believe, is a keeper, and I'm going to continue to read through this and maybe come up with an idea, because they have, like I said, so several colors. So what do you think? Keeper? Keeper. All right. As we get ready to stop, let me see if there's anything else that I may want to just share with you before we end our beautiful video tonight. Hold on. I'll be right back. Well, my friends, I want to come back and show you something that I thought of as I was looking at this pretty striped raglan pullover. And I thought, wouldn't it be a good idea to use up some of my buttons? Button. You know, I have a lot of buttons. Wait till you see my button. And I looked over, and lo and behold, look, I found these buttons. Look, now it depends on, of course, the color and the striping of the yarn you use. But just for fun, I thought, let me share this with my friends. So right here in the raglan increase, pull it closer, right here in the raglan increase on both sides, it would be nice. I thought, what a cute little, just a little decoration to put 2 or 3 buttons just coming down the front. And of course, I'll have to find and see if I have another card, because I will, if I had 3 on one side, I want 3 on that side. Wouldn't that be cute? Just something. Look how old these buttons are. They are so old, there's no name. Now let me show you the back. When have we seen buttons like that? These buttons have to be years old. They're so old, I don't even remember even where I got them. Of course, when I got them and how much they were. There's no price or anything. Oh, but I was just looking at the colors they had on here, and it just looked like, oh, that would be a cute, if I had done that. But it depends on the striping that I get in the yarn that I use. But just another way to use up some of my stuff. Okay, so now I want to go ahead, and while we have our little grouping that we have tonight, and you can just flip, like slightly flip through, show you just some of the good stuff. There's so much that I felt like I could work with, or that these are just, like I said, this is old designs, old patterns out of stuff that I have collected. But there's nothing wrong. Old stuff can become new stuff. It's just up to you. So, I know even if you can't find the pattern, you can use it as inspiration. I work out of stitch books, and all I have to do is find another stitch, find something, and use that. So nothing is lost. So I'm going to take one of my little, let's see here. We'll just take one of these little paper clips, one of my big paper clips. And just like we did on the other one, I'm going to go ahead and put these together just so I can kind of keep up with what we've seen so far. And I have some buttons in case I want to add that to the sweater. Well, what do you think so far of this grouping? Like I said, even if you can't get this particular little flyers or these, or if it's not on the website or anything, it's inspiration. As things have progressed, then you can simply use a stitch book and pick out something that you want or stitch you want to use, and you just use it for inspiration. Nothing is lost. Nothing is wasted. So I'm just looking around. Oh, and let's say goodnight to my friend. I'm going to lay all of this to the side. There's my little dancing friend. So thank you so much for joining me for another J's ASMR. I hope you're inspired. I hope to see you soon with something new and more of my stuff. And some new ideas also. So until then, take care and good night.